Hi guys. Scorpio season's here for sure. That was an insane energetic whiplash. Do you guys still wish it was Libra season? Yeah, that happened. That was crazy. So I was thinking later about the messages that I was getting from from my spirit guides about riding the wave. They're probably sitting back laughing like, I told her to tell them to ride the wave and we're sending a tsunami. I can just picture it. So yeah, that's definitely what that meant, you guys. And I've been getting a lot of downloads today about why that is, so I wanted to do this collective video. For the past several months, there's been increasing awareness about the self-actualization journey in the collective. What this has been doing is been causing a lot of inner work, okay, in the collective, and also at the same time manifestation as you're doing that inner work. Here's what this time is about, you guys. It's when your manifestations are starting to actualize in your world, okay? As within, so without, right? So all that inner work that you're doing is starting to manifest into your reality, and it's showing. Okay, what basically, this was another image that I've been getting in my mind. The web that you've been weaving with your manifestations and healing on your journey, will it withstand the weather? That's another image that's been coming to mind. Like, this web that you've been building, how strong is it to withstand this? Okay, that's also what it meant by ride the wave. I'm sorry for laughing. It's kind of like a sick joke, right? The universe is interesting that way. But yeah, so that was crazy. Before I go any further, I wanted to give a shout out to Daniel. Thank you so much for understanding my emoji game and for reciprocating that back to me. You have no idea how much that makes my morning when I see your responses, that someone's actually paying attention to. I carefully select those emojis, and I really appreciate you taking the time to notice it. So yeah, and also I hope my messages help you in some way. But just wanted to give that shout out. Thank you for that recognition. It's the little things, right, guys? It's little things. Yeah, so basically what you've been manifesting the past several months, years, whatever, you guys, is going to be individual for each of you, okay? This is to show you where there's still work to do, and it's, of course, it's an ongoing process, right? So it's another purge. The collective sensations that I've been getting from you guys are like almost like a feeling of being lost, or like having had a sense of purpose but now reevaluating that. And that's normal, guys. That's normal. You're leveling up. Okay, you're leveling up. Again, this is kind of showing you what areas of your web still need to be worked on a little bit. Or if you're trying to ride the wave with a backpack full of rocks, you still need to take some rocks out of that backpack, and that's representative of like all those suppressed emotions, okay? Yeah, so this feeling of like this sensation of feeling lost, but it's okay, it's a transition time. You're leveling up, okay? So I want to reassure you of that. And this there's also been like a feeling of like guilt or shame, okay, about times when you either had like self-sabotaging behaviors or you allowed your healthy boundaries to be crossed, um, there's old memories resurfacing of that. And it's, again, so that they can be dealt with at a deeper level. Like, let's say you already dealt with them and you're like, gosh, I already dealt with these, why are they coming back? It's that cycle, right? It's so that they can be dealt with on a deeper level, and you can continue to level up on your journey, in your ascension process. Okay. And that also comes in waves. So that also ties into that message that they were sending to me about riding the wave. That's going to come in waves, that kind of sense of like guilt, shame, or old things, guys, old things, okay, that are going to come up again, that you'll be like thinking about, and you're like, what? It's the cycle, and it's going to come in waves, okay? So that kind of ties into that sense of like feeling lost, or like mildly confused. Like, what? I thought I already dealt with this, but that's normal, you guys. I want to reassure you of that. It's so you can deal with it at a deeper level. Okay? One of the strongest message I've been getting about why this is happening is so that you can remember who you are. So that you can remember who you are. Okay? This is good, you guys. This is good. Okay, I know it's difficult, but it's good. So that feeling of like feeling a little lost, or reevaluating your journey, that's normal right now. Okay. This is like now that your manifestations are starting to show externally, no pressure, you guys, but this is like setting the foundation for the next part of our journey, because basically it's like, are you going to accept this part of the journey and start to come out of your cocoon, or are you going to go back into your comfort zone where you're, where you feel safe? Okay. Based on our experiences and lessons that we've learned, okay, now integrating it into our life as wisdom, that's what I mean by coming out of your cocoon. And even in the last reading that came up, and I didn't realize it until later, but it was essentially a warning. It was with the map oracle, with on this side I think it was unexpected visitors, and it was that lady peeking out of the door, and over here was home. Right? Are you going to go back into your comfort zone? I mean, that wasn't the message I was getting from it at the time, but later I realized this was another message from that. Are you going to go back into your home, right, where you feel like comfort, or are you going to come out of your cocoon? Okay. So that's another message that I've been getting. Yeah, so it's not a light task, okay? No pressure. If you're ready for it, you are. If not, there's still some work that needs to be done there, and that's okay. One of the other messages I've been getting is where you are on your journey right now is exactly where you need to be, okay? Be patient with self, have unconditional love for self. That's been like huge in the collective right now. I can really sense that, and so I wanted to do a little exercise. All right, I haven't done something like this before, so we'll see how it goes. The divine wants your highest good always, okay? Oftentimes it's ourselves getting in our own way, right? But there's no doubt that you are unconditionally loved by the divine. Unconditionally. Like, no matter what. Right? No matter what. Okay? When I'm telling you that you are divinely, unconditionally loved, are you feeling anything here? If you are, that's good. That means your heart space is open. If not, it means that you may have trouble accepting those words and meaning to work on opening your heart space. And that usually starts with having unconditional love for self. Okay, so that's a good indicator of where to start if you're not sure where to start at this next level on the journey. One of the other huge messages that I've been getting is they're like, my spirit guides are like, the past 2 days, they've been constantly on my like ass about reading about virtue versus vice. Okay, they're like heavily sending me messages about virtue versus vice. Obviously, you know, the definitions are pretty easy to understand the difference. Okay, here's where it gets tricky. In excessiveness, I think that's a word, I'm going to go with it. In excessiveness, a virtue can become a vice, right? So if you strive for excellence, that's a virtue. If you demand perfection from yourself, that's a vice. So there's a balance, right? They're like opposite ends of the spectrum, and somewhere in the middle lies the answer. That's the temperance card. That's the card they're showing me in my head right now. It's temperance. Which is a balance of those polarities of the paradox, right? That also means divine, that card in tarot also means divine timing, which is, time doesn't really exist, so it will be provided to you when you're ready. When you're ready, that's divine timing. Truly ready. Okay? So that's what this tsunami is trying to show us. A little bit more on virtue and vice, guys. I'm gonna try to metaphorically kill two birds with one stone here, just to kind of bring the analogy home a little bit further. There's a message that I have for someone who's been sending me telepathic messages, and you're obviously not receiving mine because I keep getting yours, so you may need to work on listening to your intuition a little bit more. Yes, I still love you. Okay, I will always love you. There's no question about that. That's unconditional. That's a virtue. Do I need you? Do you need me? No, that's a vice. That's a vice. That's a really clear distinction of the two. And the moment that you realize that you don't need anyone else, that's when you'll be free. Okay. All right, moving on. So, yeah. So, the other cards that they've been showing me in my head today, you guys, are obviously the Death card, which is the Death and Rebirth card, which is the card of Scorpio. Since Scorpio season here, they're still showing me the Hanged Man because it is about a perspective shift on these things. Okay, and looking at a perspective shift on looking at the tsunami that just occurred with the energy shifts. Okay, and Temperance. So those are the three cards that are coming to mind. Also the Seven of Cups, just because of a lot of options, a lot of confusion, a lot of shiny things maybe coming around, so to speak. So just be cautious with those things, guys. But yeah, the reason this energy shift has felt so intense, it's because it's testing the web that you've been weaving. Your manifestations are actualizing, and yeah, it causes changes in your life, which is what you've been working for, right? But it is change. So change is good, but it can be difficult sometimes. All right, So those are the messages I've been getting the past couple days, you guys. I'm going to start with Alice in Wonderland Oracle. But other than that, I hope you guys are doing well. It's been some crazy energy shifts. And as always, I appreciate talking with all of you. You guys are so... the people that I interact with on social media are just incredible. Thank you guys so much. Seriously. All right. Alice in Wonderland Oracle. Nature communication. Yeah. So number 37, flower energies, fairy energies, elemental messengers. Tsunami, right? Ride the wave. Look at that. That's intense. That's some scorpionic energy right there. And then mortality. Life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Nonsense. It's time to talk sense. So yeah, this is pretty in line with what I was talking about, of kind of feeling a little bit like a mild sense of confusion. There's also the Queen of Hearts card depicted in here, which is the Queen of Cups. And she's very in tune with her emotions, right? The Queen of Cups. She's very intuitive, like almost like psychic capabilities. She's kind of close to the High Priestess, the Queen of Cups. But she's very in tune with her emotions, very giving, very loving. Kind of wears her heart on her sleeve kind of queen. But yeah, nonsense. It's time to talk sense, guys. So again, that kind of goes along with that feeling of not really, kind of feeling like guilt or shame or lost. You know more about yourself than I think you guys realize, okay? You guys are more powerful than you realize. So don't tell yourself otherwise, okay? It's time to understand your self-worth, right? The divine loves you unconditionally. The divine loves you unconditionally. Do you love yourself, right? No need to fear. Remember, you can't make this stuff up, you guys. Remember how powerful you are? Look at this. No need to fear. Remember how powerful you are? Look at that, you guys. I was just talking about that before I pulled this card. They're backing it up. Yes, this is the message. This is the message. Okay. At the heart of the reading, uncertainty. Choose who you will become. I don't necessarily like the way that's worded, but I get the message. Uncertainty. That's exactly what I was feeling at the heart of the reading. Confirming the energies I've been feeling from the collective. Remember who you are at your core. It's not who you will become. It's getting back to your authentic self. Okay? Uncertainty. Right? That kind of feeling of, what are the next steps? What are the next steps? I thought I was here, but now these things have happened and I feel like I'm over here. You guys, it's okay. It's part of the journey. Remember who you are at your core. Remember who you are. Remember what you've been working towards manifesting in your life from an authentic place. That's what's taking shape in your life and you're leveling up. That's what's causing this. Okay? Law is not justice. Rules that are not fair. So this is about the scales, right? Balance, temperance, that balance, right? Things will rebalance, you guys, after this energy shift. And you guys may even be thinking this isn't fair. This isn't fair. I heard that in my head. This isn't fair. I mean, obviously it says it on this card, but I heard it as a voice in my head. So you guys may have thought this isn't fair, right? Like I've been doing this work and now all these energies make me feel like I haven't made any progress. You have, you guys. You're just leveling up. I want to reassure you of that. Also, you guys, it is fair. It is fair. Life is fair. It is what you make it. And we're all dealt different cards, so to speak. But it's your perspective, and I'm, not everyone may agree with this, and that's okay. Okay? Life is fair. Life is your perception, and you have control over your perception. Life is fair. The circumstances that may happen to you may not be from one viewpoint, but it's what you do with that, that's fair. Okay, and oftentimes, as I was saying in my intro, the universe is working in our favor, and we get in our own way. We get in our own way. All right. The next card that came out is do not drink poison. Do not do things you know are bad for you. Virtue versus vice. Virtue versus vice. This is perfect for what I was talking about. Virtue versus vice. Okay? Yeah, see how she has control over the lever there? Look at this. This is so in line with the message of, yes, life is fair. It's the choices that we make that determine the consequences to those choices, right? She's in this tank that's being filled with the poison, right? She has her hand on the lever. She has her hand on the lever. Okay? It's what we do with it. Is it fair that she's in the poison tank? No. She has control over the lever that decides to fill it up with poison. Okay, this is a perfect visual representation of the message that I've been receiving that I was just discussing. All right, you can't go back to yesterday. Be in the present. How amazing is this? You can't go back to yesterday. Be in the present. Yeah. That's a great reminder, right? It's something that we all know, but it's good to be reminded of this. Be in the present. All right. I wanted to get a couple situations cards to see the nitty-gritty of what you guys have been dealing with and why there's been this feeling of like guilt, shame, kind of feeling lost. Let's see what comes up. Pretending, fake, living beyond means. And this is under nonsense. It's time to talk sense, right? So check and make sure your guys' actions are aligning with your words, with your authentic self, okay? Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. It's pretty straightforward. No need to fear. Remember how powerful you are. Yeah, projected, futures, days, weeks, months. Remember how powerful you are. You guys, the energies will balance, okay? And this process will become easier. It's going to be a little bit different for everyone. As I was talking about in my intro, on everyone's path, they're at a different part of their journey. So these energies will be coming in waves, okay? And that's okay. You will rebalance. But remember how powerful you are, okay? Uncertainty. Wow, that's like way too many. Choose who you will become. Recalling. Yeah, so reminiscing, memories returning. That's at the heart of the reading, you guys. This is at the heart of the reading. Uncertainty, feeling lost. Choose who you will become. How I took that is getting back to your authentic self, recalling, reminiscing memories. That's exactly what I was talking about. Those old memories coming back to you that are kind of causing you to feel a little confused. Remember who you are. Those things happened so that you could learn more on your self-actualization journey. Okay, getting back to your authentic self. Law is not justice. Rules that are not fair. Pause, timing factor, interlude. Yeah, this is kind of like the Hanged Man card, okay? an interlude, like a perspective shift, and just kind of just observing. See how she's eating popcorn? Just observe and things will rebalance. Okay? Look at that. Do not drink poison. Ooh, you guys. Look at the overall energy at the bottom of the deck. You can't make this stuff up, you guys. Lost, ghosted, blocked, cut off. Lost. That was huge in the collective the past couple of days. Definitely backing up the messages. They're like, yes, this is the collective energy right now. You can't go back to yesterday, guys. Be in the present. Okay? Good reminder. We all know it. Good reminder. Do not drink poison. Do not do things you know are bad for you. Okay, obviously, she's in a tank full of poison, liquid, all right? This is what came out to clarify these two cards. Love affair, dirty little secret down low. Ooh, that's some tea right there, huh? And then anxiety, scared, panic. So how I see this is like the 8 of Swords or the 9 of Swords, all up in your head, repetitive thought patterns, not being able to sleep at night, you know, just unhealthy thought patterns, you guys, is how I see this card. All right. But also this one's pretty straightforward. And so is this one, about things that we need to work on as a collective. Okay. All right. So substances, lust, and our thought patterns, unhealthy thought patterns. Okay. This is what this as I was saying in my intro, this wave of energy is to show us what we still need to work on. All right. Yes, the things that we've been working on manifesting are happening as within, so without. It's starting to show without. This is showing us what we still need to work on. Okay, that's good, you guys. It's good to be aware of this stuff. All right, let me get a couple spirit animals. So at the bottom, buffalo spirit, again, the abundant universe will provide. That's exactly what I was talking about, kind of piggybacking on the last reading. The abundant universe always has your best interest in mind. Don't forget that. Oftentimes it's actually 99% of the time, well, this is debatable, but 99% of the time it's us getting in our own way. Bring a gentle touch, dear spirit. Be gentle with yourselves right now, you guys. Dear spirit, bring a gentle touch. Yeah. Remember what I was saying about those memories, right? About self-sabotaging behaviors or allowing your healthy boundaries to be crossed in the past that you're thinking about, a feeling of like guilt, shame, feeling lost, okay? Bring a gentle touch. Bring a gentle touch. All right? To yourself, to your own healing process. And flamingo spirit, embrace the in-between. This is what I was talking about with the transition period, right? When you're leveling up, embrace the in-between. Ride the wave, guys, even if it's a tsunami, okay? And be gentle with yourself, all right? We're all works in progress, always. All right, let me get some tarot. 6 of Pentacles, King of Cups. So 6 of Pentacles is equal give and take. All right, equal give and take, balance. This is close to the Temperance card, equal give and take. Okay, this is totally the energy that I was feeling and the message that I was getting to remind us, right? Bring a gentle touch. And then also a King of Cups. Yeah, so King of Cups is an interesting card. And here we have the Queen of Hearts, and okay, we have the Queen of Hearts in this card, which is the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. So some of you may be on, you know, it's coming up. This is not what my readings focus on, but I do want to talk about it because it's coming out in the messages. Some of you may be on a divine counterpart journey, okay? This is about equal give and take in relationships and being in tune with your emotions, all right? Being in tune with your emotions, mastering your emotions. The King of Cups is the master of his emotions. All right, Nine of Pentacles. This is about being in your highest self energy. Nine of Pentacles is like a person who's independent, rocking it, just like, you know, rocking life in all facets. And this is under nonsense. It's time to talk sense, all right? And pretending, fake living beyond means. So this is about turning this upside down and being in your highest self energy, okay? Being in your highest self energy. By getting rid of that unhealthy internal negative script, and also not, you know, being your authentic self, not living beyond your means, not just trying to impress other people. See how here these shoes don't match? Are your actions and your words in alignment, guys? This is about being in alignment. See the different colors there? Oh, by the way, you guys, I used Spirit Animal Oracle, and this is the Weird Cat Tarot. I love this deck. My daughter liked it, so I got it, and it's so cute and fun. See the sides here? All right. So Three of Wands. Yeah, this is about waiting for your ships to come in, okay? No need to fear. Remember how powerful you are. Projected, future, days, weeks, months. You guys have been on your path, right? Three of Wands is about you've done the work. You're waiting for your ships to come in. I don't agree with the term waiting, you guys, but this is it right here. Remember how powerful you are. Remember how powerful you are. Okay? It's coming. It's coming. All right? By waiting for it, what you're doing, being in your highest self energy, that is the path. That is the path. Okay? And it will come to you. Three of Wands. Let me get one for the middle. Queen of Cups. Yep, that's a recurrent theme in this reading. Uncertainty. Choose who you will become, which is like getting back to your authentic self, listening to your intuition, operating from the heart space, okay? Being gentle with yourself. Being gentle with yourself. The Queen of Cups, she's very nurturing, loving, and this is under Deer Spirit, bring a gentle touch. This definitely has to be in regard to the feelings